Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Mobile, Alabama. Our continued coverage of the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl. Of course, our trip brought to you by First American Bank and Trust. Jake Flynn and Alondra here, boots on the ground in Mobile. Jordan and Tay back in the Raising Cane studios in Baton Rouge. And we are fired up to be here on this Wednesday morning. Of course, our Wednesday show is brought to you by Hood Dental. You can go check out a location in the Baton Rouge area that is convenient for you. A lot to get to here from yesterday's practice, but as we always do, a little vibe check around the room. Matthew, how we doing?
Around the table. Just me and you this time.
That's true. Oh, Alondra's here, bro. She's got a headset.
Well, she hadn't been giving us a vibe check.
That is so messed
That
up.
is so rude.
You haven't given us a vibe check the last couple days. My bad.
You really haven't.
Yeah.
No. Everything's great. Fantastic. I feel like I'm, you kind of at a hotel room. I'm getting some more sleep than I usually do.
Yeah.
It's like nothing to do, so just guess I'll go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good. Feeling great. I was really
You could be studying the players for the Senior Bowl.
well, that's what the 15 minutes before the show's for. What else would I do?
Have conversation with your friends.
That's right.
And you could go there. Doring's like 10 feet away from you. You could catch up with Chris.
He's working currently.
Yeah.
But it was, I'm feeling great. I really enjoyed the 2 practices yesterday. That sun went down. It got a little chilly.
It did.
But Alondra and I crushed it at practice. I really enjoyed watching the best of the best go out there. So, of course, it was my first time being at a Senior Bowl practice. Didn't get the invite if you haven't been listening. But it was fantastic.
Just to be clear.
Just
in case
clear the air out
wondering.
there if everybody was wondering. But no, everything's good, man. Mobile's done a really good job. We just saw Drew Fabianich. I feel like they've done a really good job putting the Senior Bowl on, and first class effort, first class everything.
Yeah.
And the players really showed out yesterday. A lot of energy at practice. So excited to start getting into that and breaking it down here in a little while. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. I always enjoy coming down to the Senior Bowl, and I enjoy the one-on-ones. I enjoy, like you said, the spirited practices, and it's just because like we've been through it. Like, it is the biggest job interview of your life, and you know it. It's like when a player messes up, you're like, oh man, gosh, I hope he gets his lick back somehow. So it's like it's a pro and a con, because like, Drew came down here and like he's like, player X made himself a lot of money yesterday, and like, yeah, he did. But player X had to beat player Y to make a lot of money yesterday. And I'm like sitting there thinking about player Y too. Like, God, dog, man, come on. I hope you get an opportunity today, to kind of reverse course.
Yeah, it was the same thing. I was thinking the same thing, because I was watching. The first practice was the national, and so it wasn't the LSU guys. So I kind of sat a little bit higher, watched everything. I watched a lot of the one-on-one pass rushes. I watched the one-on-one routes, receivers versus defensive backs. I was thinking the same thing too. Like, a guy went up yesterday, made a great catch right over somebody. Who was it? Our receiver from John Carroll.
Oh, yeah.
So Tyron Montgomery, wide receiver from John Carroll College, because that's a college. He was out there, made some really good plays yesterday. But the last play of actual practice, he goes up and head tops at some guy, catches over it, and I was like, man, that's a great play for him. But my God, like, the other guy's got to be. I hope he gets a good rep back. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those deals. It's only the strong survive type of deal, and it is. We talked about it yesterday. These guys are really trying to make a name for themselves, and these coaches and scouts and GMs, they're looking for people to stick out in a positive way, but they are looking for every reason to not draft you. They're looking for every reason to scratch you off their list so they can start narrowing, so they can stop wasting time. So don't give them that reason. That's the stress that each one of these players is carrying all week. whether that's in the meeting rooms, that's whether it's showing up on time, that's whether it's in the hotel, the way they act, the way they communicate with when they're going to like the children's hospital and doing all the things out in the community, how they act in their interviews, certainly their measurements and all the physical skill sets, and of course the most important part, on the practice field. Yeah. So it's a lot of stress that they carry, but what an opportunity it is for each one of them.
I've told stories like this before, and I can't remember if we've talked about it since you've been on the show, Matt, but so Mark Dominic, who used to be the GM for the Tampa Bay Bucks, he used to come here, and it would be me, him, and Doring, I think, that would do the shows in Mobile. We'd also do the draft, and he would tell stories because he was a GM, of how, like, to your point, they would try to get guys to mess up. He said, we bring a guy in for a visit. We had this club across from the hotel that we put him in, and we put the guys on the first floor right across from the club. And they could hear it, and they could see it, and they could feel it. And we want to see, are you going to go out? You know, you can. You're a grown man. If you're going to go out the night before you have this draft meeting with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Right.
He said we would send them out to dinner, and we would dress one of our scouts as a waiter.
Shut up.
We would have our waiter kind of bring him the wrong food, or maybe spill some water on him, and see how he reacts. I was like, well, what are you looking for if he brings him the wrong food? Or like, all right, well, how does he handle it? Because there's a couple of ways you can mess that up. Are you incredibly rude to the person? Do you not say anything? And if you don't say anything, that's the wrong answer too. It's like, I was like, are you serious? He's like, oh. He's like, absolutely.
Yep.
Like, so they put you in situations like that to see if you're going to fail before you even talk about the actual game of football.
Yeah. Now, if you go kick a lot of ass on the field, they'll probably overlook you talking bad to the waiter.
Yeah.
If you go but you got to really set yourself apart. Now, I heard stories too, whether it was the combine or whether they brought people in, and they do this a lot in free agency, I think, as well. I don't know if they do it anymore because, like, the story's already kind of out.
Yeah.
And I've also heard this technique in, like, job interviews. They, like, set you up a meeting, you come into the office, get ready, and they make you wait for, like, an hour.
Yeah.
Just to, like, see how you handle just waiting and sitting there.
Right.
Just some mental tactics. So it's just an interesting how all these people, all these scouts, there's a lot of scouts that have been doing it a long time, a lot of newbies. They're all finding their way, and these scouts are trying to work up the ladder they want to all be GMs as well. So they're trying to find their niche on how to pick and choose. And you got so like you go out and watch practice yesterday. Everybody's talented, right? Everybody's good. So you have to find the little things that stick out and little things that set somebody apart, because it's something that is super tiny can make the difference between third and sixth round, right? Because, like, you go out and watch practice, it's like you got to watch practice with a really high-level microscope to try to say, well, that guy's definitely better than him. And a lot of people get opportunities. That's kind of like in competitions. Like, you can't judge anything off of just one or two practices because a quarterback throws it deep. Might complete 2 deep balls in a practice. It happened in the morning practice. I think Pavia completed a deep pass. Cole Payton completed a deep pass. Yeah. Now, Drew Altmaier didn't. So, like, if you're judging at home and, like, you're just watching, well, Drew Altmaier didn't complete a deep pass. Luke Altmaier, I know. That's what I said.
You just combine Drew Aller and Luke Altmaier.
Yeah, we get it. But if you go back and watch the tape, it's like, well, he might not have had that opportunity. There might not have been anybody open. They might have had somebody open, but he got pressure. Like, the play didn't present itself like it did for the other two. Now, that's why you stack practices on top of each other to see how, the next day he might get a little bit better opportunity. So, anyway, it's a tough job for certainly these scouts, but a lot of pressure and a lot of big opportunity for each one of these kids.
A couple of, like, different standout positions. I actually thought the quarterback group in the second practice as a whole, I thought all 3 of those guys looked really good. And obviously Garrett Nussmeier was a part of that group. I thought Taylor Green had a nice day. And I was kind of worried, like, under center, hadn't done a whole lot of that. He's 6'6". Is he going to be able to get down there and still do some of the things? So he was a pleasant surprise for me. But I did think the afternoon quarterbacks had a little bit of a better day overall. But I'll give the quarterbacks credit here. Last year, they had to stop practice at one point because Jackson Dart and Riley Leonard, they're fumbling snaps. They under center. They couldn't even get one. It became so bad, they stopped practice and sent them to the side to get like 5 each with another center.
Right.
I thought yesterday, for the most part, now, funny enough, our guy Cole Payton, who told us like he felt really comfortable
Yeah.
under center and felt good. He had like
Fumbled the first snap.
he fumbled the very first snap that he had.
Yeah,
and then the rest of the day he was staying in there so long to make sure he got it.
Well,
he was a little late on some of his
Okay,
stuff.
so there's two people that have to complete that center quarterback
Yeah.
exchange. So Alondra and I were talking about it yesterday. I was like, look, these quarterbacks, they're taking the snap from a center that's probably, some of these centers have probably done all shotgun for 4 years, maybe even back in the high school. So this might be the center's first time snapping under center. The operation was a lot cleaner in the second practice, which helps the quarterback get back and get set, be able to make his reads. Every single one of the first, like the national team, the first practice, the centers are snapping it late.
Yeah.
So they're getting used to a new snap count. It's
Yeah.
like the old West Coast snap count. It was, they get up there and they say, sit up. And they go, green 19, green 19, sit up. So every quarterback's a little bit different. So they're getting used to a cadence.
Yeah.
Now the tackles and guards were getting off before the snap was being snapped. So
the tackles were like 2 seconds
Yeah.
into their kick step.
yeah, so those quarterbacks are getting out. So, I don't know if I agree with you about, like, the afternoon just, like, looking as dominant. I thought Taylor
I didn't
Green.
say as dominant, but I thought they were the better as
Yeah.
a group than the first group.
I thought Taylor has the sloppiest day of any quarterback. Now,
See, I guess my expectations were, and this sounds awful,
Yeah.
I guess they weren't as high for him because I just thought there's no way he hasn't done any of this. He looked better than I thought he was going
I'm not
to
saying
look.
he didn't look good, but you could tell that he's been working for weeks at
Yeah.
under center stuff.
Yeah.
He did he's a tall dude, man.
He's a tall fella.
He's like having to lean all the way over to take under center snaps, and I saw before practice Tolzien working with him.
Yeah.
Pretty much only him on a lot of footwork and coming out of the center, how
Yeah.
to reach inside zone step to the right, left, outside zone step.
Yeah.
Like he's never done it before because he
hasn't,
hasn't, and
yeah.
that's not a knock on him. But yeah, I thought, and I can go down. I kind of have my list of just based on one practice, which
we're
is
just grazing right now.
yeah, we're just grazing. But I thought
grazing right
I thought
now.
all in all, the quarterback group they all spun it pretty darn well.
No, I think all six, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and I thought, as far as a first day practice with the quarterbacks, I thought that was the best day in the totality of the quarterback room that I've seen in my 5 years of doing this. So it's a good group. It might not have the stars, the first rounders that we typically have, because over the years, man, it's, you've had Jackson Dart last year. You've had Justin Herbert. You've had Jalen Hurts. You've had Baker Mayfield. We could go on and on with the guys you've had over the last couple of years. Even Kenny Pickett, it's Kenny Pickett, but he was a first-round pick, and he was down here. And you don't really have necessarily that guy this year, but it was still a very impressive group, and a group that you can tell has been working their butt off to try to get ready for this. And, routes on air was really good. And you're like, of course it was. It ain't always the case here when you don't know the receiver and you don't know how he's going to run a route. So, every aspect of it, I thought it was a very good first day for the quarterbacks.
Yeah, it was a lot of energy on both sides of the ball. Yeah, routes on air should look good, yes, but also it is kind of a challenge because there's always a little bit more pressure. I always thought on routes on air because if you miss a throw, you look like an idiot.
Yeah,
because it's routes on air. But they did a good job, especially first day, of not aiming it and just really cutting it loose. I was really impressed with the receiver group. Everyone who took the coaching, there was a lot of energy out there. I thought for whatever reason, I thought the National League had a little bit more energy. The national team, the first practice had a little bit more energy on both sides of the ball than the American.
I would agree with that.
Not to say that they didn't have it, but the National was doing a lot more.
Once that sun went down, you could tell that old American team started going.
Yeah, I told Alondra during practice, I was like, man, Aaron Anderson, he looks really cold right now.
Yeah,
he looks very cold.
He had a great jerk route though.
He did.
I don't know if you saw that or if your baby bladder took you to the restroom. But
no, it was a basic cross, I believe.
No, he had a new. Well, we're talking about a different route there because there was definitely a stop-start, little jerk route.
Yep, he did. He had a couple of really good routes. He had a corner route that he got open and flattened it off. Quarterback made a good throw.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought he had a good day. Didn't get a lot of opportunities. A lot of his team reps were running plays.
Yeah.
And he had a little backside bubble, or he had to face up somebody. So he didn't get a lot of opportunities. I don't think he got one pass thrown his direction in a team or 7-on-7 period.
I didn't see it either. I saw just one-on-one.
And I was waiting for it. We were trying to get some videos of Nussmeier throwing it to him or something. He just didn't get any balls towards him. So definitely one to watch throughout the.
Did you see when they were doing the pre-practice screen drill?
Oh, we were killing it, huh?
Did you see it?
No.
Actually, I was like, Do they ask about real screens now? The LSU players are like, wait, screen drill. This isn't how we.
Coach, you may teach this drill? I got this one. This is how we did it.
Coaching clinic tape right here.
That's right. We average 0.75 yards per play.
All right, we have a lot still coming your way. Full breakdown of some of the stars of day one. We are going to have Coach Mulkey at 8:30. Certainly some NFL stuff to get to. Bill Belichick, not a first ballot Hall of Famer. So a lot to get to here. We are live, boots on the ground. Panini Senior Bowl. Our coverage is brought to you by First American Bank and Trust. We'll be back more here live from the Convention Center.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
All right, when it comes to protecting your home or business, your roof matters, and that's where Pelican Roofing comes in. Pelican Roofing is a locally owned company known for quality workmanship, dependable service, and doing the job the right way. So whether you need a full roof replacement, repairs, or a professional inspection, their team brings experience and attention to detail to every project. They show up on time, communicate clearly, and stand behind their work. If you're thinking about your roof, don't wait. Visit PelicanRoof.com to learn more. That is Pelican Roofing, protecting what matters most.
There you go, Pelican Roof. PelicanRoof.com, the most trusted roofing company in Louisiana, specializing in roof replacements, roof repairs, brand new roofs. So if you have a project happening, if you're maybe thinking about maybe a little addition to your home, a renovation, maybe you just have a big leak in here and you got to replace. Maybe it's an old roof, whatever it is, go check them out, PelicanRoof.com. Also financing options, get that financing process because we know it's a big decision for you and your family. Go check them out. Deal with the best, PelicanRoof.com.
Tell them shout it. So yeah, tell them
Off the bench with Hester and Flynn. Live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile. Presented by First American Bank and Trust.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB here live from Mobile, Alabama. Our coverage here for the Senior Bowl brought to you by First American Bank and Trust. And we're going to be here throughout the week. We got practices today, practices tomorrow. Looking forward to going back out there, warming up a little bit here in Mobile, Alabama. Not quite as cold as it has been over the last couple of days. So excited to get back out there. And always remember our Wednesday shows brought to you by Hood Dental Care. You can go to hooddentalcare.com, hooddentalcare.com to find that location that is near you. 6 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Again, hooddentalcare.com. To step away real quick here from the Senior Bowl before we get into a deep dive maybe of some of the star players from day number one, Bill Belichick, former Patriots coach, current North Carolina Tar Heel coach, not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. This surprised everyone yesterday. It was announced when we were at practice and we were around nothing but NFL personnel. And it was all the talk on the sideline. I even heard John Lynch was talking with somebody. I was walking by. He was like, can you believe they kept Bill out? And I was like, oh, everybody's getting that news at the same time. Obviously, like, his resume speaks for itself. But there was a report, and look, I don't know how much truth there is to this, but there was a report that Bill Polian, former Colts general manager, was actually lobbying against him getting in the first ballot because he basically said he needs to pay for Spygate and Deflategate and can't be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I saw and read those reports or rumors, I should say, and I think Bill Polian didn't completely deny that. He said it was brought up at the table.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't, certainly not. But if you look at all the reasons that there could be, the only thing that makes any sense at all would be one of the gates that happened, right? One of the spy gates or whatever it is. One of the instances they have. That's the only reason that this could have happened. There was a group of old heads, disgruntled, that decided. Of course, he had to get 40 of 50 votes to get in the Hall of Fame and did not reach that number. It's an absolute mockery of the system.
Polian said he can't even remember if he voted for Belichick or not. My guy.
Bill Polian.
If that's where you're at right now, Come on, man.
6-time Super Bowl winner, I believe, appeared in the Super Bowl 9 times.
Yeah,
I believe.
what is as an assistant, right?
We don't need to give you Bill Belichick's resume. Yeah, I don't care how old his girlfriend is. I don't care what they did at North Carolina.
No.
I don't care what him and Robert Kraft, what kind of terms. Is this a Robert Kraft situation? I know they did not end on good terms. So what the hell happened? Because this has pissed everybody off in the football world.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't think there's one. I mean, there is people hitting to Twitter, hitting to social medias. This is an outright embarrassment for the NFL. It takes all the power away. Like, what is the Hall of Fame? If he's not in first ballot, you better start taking some busts out of there, out of Canton. Yeah. If he's not a hands down a first ballot, now is this going to affect Brady? Like, because it's the same situation. I don't know. It's an embarrassment. It sucks. I was reading a quote like, "This is how mad people are," and people that probably don't even like Bill Belichick.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are probably saying things, coming out and defending it that aren't big fans of him.
Yep. Jimmy Johnson quoted yesterday, "I'd like to know the name of those a-holes who did not vote for him. They are too cowardly to identify themselves."
I love Jimmy Johnson.
10 people at least 11 people did not vote for Bill Belichick.
In a group of 50 people, 11 people didn't vote for him. At least.
That's embarrassing. That's not an indictment on the whole system.
I mean, you mentioned it, but 6 Super Bowls as a head coach, 8 total Super Bowl rings, second most wins all time, 17 division titles, 19 playoff appearances, 17 straight seasons with 10-plus wins. 17 straight with 10-plus wins.
Doesn't he have something like – he's got something like 30 – his postseason wins is like over 30.
Yeah.
By far the most. I think he's third on the list in most wins total. Ton Shula, somebody else, can't remember, but I think he's third on the list of wins in the history of the NFL as a coach. So NFL Hall of Fame, he's second. So NFL Hall of Fame, you suck. That's really dumb. You need to fix it. I don't care what your process needs to be like. Go and correct it now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what the rules is.
Hey,
change the rules.
Here.
This is a one-off situation. There were some hanging chads, I think, in this voting process. You're old if you know that what that means. So it kind of sucks, and it's a weird that here in January 28th, 2026, we live in a world where Bill Belichick is not a Hall of Famer and Shadur Sanders is a Pro Bowler. Who would have thought?
Yep. Yeah.
Not me.
They need to get rid of the Pro Bowl. They just need to get rid of that.
Yeah. John Shadur, what are we talking about? He had 1,400 yards passing, 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
And I heard somebody try to break it down of, well, this quarterback was here, he was injured, this quarterback was here. It's like, okay, that's fine. I get how they got there, but get rid of the Pro Bowl. Doesn't mean anything anymore.
No.
Like, just have 3 all-pro teams, first, second, and third.
Mm-hmm.
Just have it that. And that way you can still keep the same, stuff in your contracts. It's like, hey, if you're a third team, all-pro, whatever, just have 3 all-pro teams.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. Nobody wants to play in the Pro Bowl anyways. It once had a lot of shine to it. It has none anymore. Nobody wants to watch dodgeball or a flag football game between tackle football players.
I don't know. Huck kind of does. He likes it.
Okay. Well, the youth.
The youths out there.
The youth want to watch that.
I get it. Yeah, get rid of the Pro Bowl. I mean, like when you have a Shadur Sanders that, like, I get it. Like he had some
Tyler
moments.
Huntley made
great.
it 1 year.
I know, but
no disrespect to those guys, but they didn't even play a full season.
It's disrespectful to everybody in the league, especially people have a lot of incentive-based escalators in their contract. You make the Pro Bowl. A guy that has 7 touchdown passes and 10 interceptions and a 68 passer rating on the year.
Yeah.
Is a Pro Bowler. Like, he has Pro Bowler by his name forever now.
Forever, yeah.
Right? Forever. You can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
That's an embarrassment to those people that are also have Pro Bowler by their name, right? And I'm not saying, like, he's not a good quarterback. I'm like, this isn't like a hate on Shadur. This is a hate on the process situation. If you have 15 people back out, then the worst team in the worst quarterback in your conference is a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad. So, Hall of Fame, you suck. Pro Bowl, you suck.
And also, like, for Bill Polian, just say I didn't vote for him. Like, to say you don't remember,
Oh man, just
is saying you didn't vote for him. But dude, if you're going to stand on a table and fight for something, do it afterwards too when people find out, and do it with your chest out.
yeah, do your chest out.
Because, like,
buddy.
your take is your take. Your belief is your belief. But you can't go and run and hide. I don't remember. If you don't remember who you voted for, you don't need to be voting. Right?
Yeah, he might have had a weak moment there.
I mean, look,
If you say, hey, look, I don't think his punishment was severe enough for what he
Right.
did.
Yeah.
And this is the reasons why a group of us thought that he shouldn't be at first. But he's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best coaches to ever do it.
Yeah.
But we did not feel that his punishment was severe enough. So we're going to punish him 15 years later or whatever.
These Hall of Fame voters, like in the baseball Hall of Fame, is,
I think
is
they're so
bad
cool.
too. Like the fact that Andrew Jones finally got into the Hall of Fame. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, it should be a tougher process to have a vote for stuff. I'll just say that. It should be a tougher process to vote for stuff.
Yeah, how do you get a vote for the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. We can look that up.
Bill Polian probably shouldn't have one.
I bet your friend knows.
Who?
ChatGPT. I bet they know.
I hadn't talked to him in a while.
No, let's not act silly. All right, we will step away. We certainly had to get into that because that's egregiously bad. He is the best coach, certainly in our lifetime and maybe ever. I mean, the stats speak for themselves, but what he's been able to do in a day and age when nobody else was able to be as consistent as them to do, 17 straight 10-win seasons. That's going back to 16 games as well. You didn't have the 17. That is an incredible stat. Like, you consider that a great year if you had 10 wins. He did it 17 straight times.
Yeah, and to answer your point there, he's the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah.
Not one of, and
I think he is.
it's not like a debatable thing.
Yeah.
The best coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Thank you for backing me up. I love Don Shula. Love Don Shula. I grew up, really appreciate the Miami Dolphins and Dan Marino. He's a very good coach. Bill Belichick's the best to ever do it. All right, we will step away. We'll get back into more Senior Bowl conversation. And a reminder, our Wednesday shows are brought to you by Hood Dental Care, hooddentalcare.com. Find the location nearest you in the greater Baton Rouge area. They've got multiple in Zachary, Denham Springs, Watson, Livingston. They've got you covered, hooddentalcare.com. We do have Coach Mulkey today as a reminder as well. So a lot to get to. We'll come back here live from Mobile, Alabama.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com.
Yo.
Geaux, Tommy's with a Y.com. Tommy's windows, doors, and also siding. You'll clearly see the difference when you go to the website. You can check out a gallery of work they've got right there on the homepage. You can check out all the awards that they win year after year after year. They stack awards over at Tommy's this year, 2025. Advocate, best windows in Baton Rouge. That went to Tommy's. Windows, doors, and siding. When you go visit them, you'll clearly see the work they can do and the customer service. Go Tommys.com.
That's right. If there was like a Senior Bowl for windows, doors, and side, they would probably be the only one there because they're the best. They are that much better. And you can clearly see the difference. You go to their website, gotommys.com, check out all the awards, how they stack those banners. And why do they do it? Because they're the best to work with. They have the best product. They have the best installation, and once they install it, you get a lifetime warranty. They work with integrity. They're dependable, professional. And most importantly, when you have a project and your house is ripped open, they are efficient. So go check them out if you have a project. Make sure you give them a call. Talk about everything within. Let's go Tommys.com.
It's big pimpin', baby. That's right. Big pimpin', spinning cheese. Talk to him. Bumpy.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
First time they fuss, I'm breezing. Talk about what's the reasons. I'm a put every sense in the word, mama. Better trust and believe him.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl. Coverage brought to you by First American Bank and Trust. Jake, Flynn, Alondra here, boots on the ground. We got Jordan and Tay back in the Raising Cane's studio, continuing to break down what we saw yesterday from Senior Bowl practice. We didn't get a chance to see as you said, like some of the LSU receivers make any plays necessarily in the team portion, but individual one-on-one type stuff, they actually had a pretty good day. And obviously, Barryon Brown and Aaron Anderson, both going to be guys who are returners in the NFL. So certainly saw them back there catching punts, did a nice job of that. I didn't see a punt hit the ground yesterday, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But they're not the only LSU receivers. Chris Hilton is actually, who played in the East-West game, is going straight from there to here. He's going to be here around 10:30 in the morning.
There we go.
And he's going to go straight to practice. So Chris Hilton will be a part of the Senior Bowl as well. We mentioned before the show, so Doring's right next to us doing his SEC show. Doring actually did the same thing. He went to the East-West game, had a good week, and they're like, hey, come on down to Mobile as well. So Chris Hilton, who had a good week at East-West, apparently.
Yeah.
You know, you have a good week, and then the Senior Bowl people recognize it and get you down here.
Yeah, what a great opportunity for Chris Hilton. And I didn't see a lot of the clips out of the East-West. Obviously, we've been kind of
I saw some of Harold Perkins. That was like really all I saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
But apparently he had I know he at least had some really good days. I saw him, they singled him out after a practice. He got to call it up. Also, like, that's a sign that a kid stood out and made some plays. So good for him. Obviously, we know Chris Hilton very well as LSU fans. Very talented. Didn't have the year that anybody hoped, but nobody did. But you would think, you know, our quarterbacks at the Senior Bowl, now we got 3 receivers. We must have thrown for a lot of yards. We must have had we must have crushed on offense this year, right?
Must have had, like
just
your
have
quarterback and 3 receivers. Certainly they had some big plays down the field.
Certainly you just pushed that ball down the field a lot. We didn't do it. But
Chris was probably like, wait, y'all want me to run a go route and you're going to throw it to me? And not just like to run somebody off for the screen behind me?
This is wild. Wild behavior out there.
He probably had to ask a lot of questions.
You got to remind me how to catch this ball, guys, because I hadn't done it all season. Yeah. And no fault to his own. That is not a knock on him. Y'all know who we're knocking. We don't have to say it again.
Yeah, it's a knock on the offense.
So, no, excited for all these opportunities. Like Barryon Brown, he didn't get a lot of – Barrett or Aaron, they didn't get a lot of opportunities, like I said, in the team practice and the 7-on-7 situations, but I thought did a really nice job in the other opportunity. Yesterday was a shorter practice. There was, do they go like full pads? I know they're kind of shells and shorts.
Full pads might be today.
Yeah, you could tell that it was the first practice because they didn't do a ton of team. They actually did team early on. Yeah. And I think it looked like they were doing, team first down situations. I think the National, they did just a run play action period as well. So excited to see them get after a little bit more today. But certainly congrats to Chris Hilton on having a good week at the East-West and coming on over here.
It was not full pads yesterday. It was shoulder pads, helmets, and shorts, pants, whatever. But you couldn't tell by the physicality of practice. Mm-hmm. You got bull. And by the way, defensive guys, we all know you're born to be turds. It's cool, whatever. Why do you get to bull rush in one-on-ones, but I can't cut you? Because if you did that to me in a game, I'm cutting you immediately. Like, my helmet is on your kneecap.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how it was when you were playing, but, like,
you can't cut. Tackles can't cut on 5-step drops, though.
I'm talking about, like, backs on backers more than anything.
Yeah.
I saw every national team linebacker try to bull rush, and I'm like, every team I've ever been on, it was like, understood, if you bull rush in one-on-ones knowing I can't cut you, like, we're going to have an issue. We're going to have a problem. And I've told this story 1,000 times, but early in my San Diego days, I remember they kept bull rushing. And Darren Sproles like, hey, if y'all keep doing that, knowing we can't cut y'all, we're going to cut you. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Sean Phillips couldn't help himself. SP, if you know him, you know why. Bull rush. Mm-hmm. So Sproles, he got up there. Next time, here comes the bull rush. Boop.
Chopped him.
Put his shoulder right about mid-thigh. Yep. Got him on the ground. All out brawl. He's like, I told you. He's like, if you pull that bull rush out again, I'm going to cut you. So that's
what y'all so mad about? It's football, baby.
Yeah, but so is cutting if you bull rush.
Yeah, but on offensive line versus defensive ends.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
But they can't cut.
No, you can't cut the line. If you cut the line,
you can cut 3-step drops if it's called a cut 200, cut 300 type protection, something like that.
You don't even really see that as much as you used to.
No, you don't. You don't throw. You do if you got a real handsy defensive line. Mm-hmm. Like they like to They like to
rush
post
and throw
up.
their hands up, yeah.
Just they don't rush. They throw their hands up. Then you go cut their knees up.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, it's there was some certainly. We were watching the first practice, and again, being kind of my first one to go watch, you could tell what the star of the practice is, which is the one-on-one pass rush, because they're doing one-on-one pass rush on this side of the field, one-on-one routes, so DBs versus receivers, and then you could tell like the passing people were over there, scouts and stuff. But every scout was circled around like it was like it was a recess fight.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
We were doing the show, and I said we gotta go to break because I gotta watch these one-on-ones, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, it was exciting. So I watched the National. I watched a lot of their pass rush. I was trying to it was like a tennis match. I was going back and forth between the routes and then the pass rush. But I didn't watch any in the second practice because I was watching Nussmeier. I was watching our LSU guys and their one-on-ones. So I didn't really see how it goes, but see how it went in the second practice. But it was exciting. Our guys Jennings Dunker, offensive lineman out of Iowa, who we've talked about, who's my star of Senior Bowl.
He was your star the moment you saw him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the shortest butterfly shorts you'd ever seen yesterday.
I don't think that's by design. I think it's because he's 6'5".
Yeah, just this guy.
Are you going to interview him today in the media day room?
Maybe.
You can.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be LSU guys.
That's true.
I mean, you can interview anybody. Why not?
That's true. I don't know. I'd be a little starstruck, I think.
I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it. We got a lot of people filing in here behind us. What we got going on? What y'all doing? Where y'all going?
This is the Senior Bowl, Jake.
Tell us everything. I know, but everybody at the same time, like all these coaches, I guess they're going to individual player meetings.
The Senior Bowl.
Well, I saw Brandon Staley. I'm like, hey, Brandon, like I said a lot of things about you as you were the Chargers coach.
Yeah.
But I like you better as the Saints defense coordinator.
Yeah. Can we call him BS?
I've called him BS before.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yo, BS. We saw Big Dom, security guard for the Eagles.
Yeah. Did he have his Italian flag patch on the side of his hat?
No, does he do that?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I'm going to go sit in on one of these meetings. I want to see how much they've changed, like the individual 20-minute meetings. You think what team would let us sit in on a meeting? Saints?
Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to go see if you can pull rank.
Yeah.
Just throw on a Saint. You played for him.
Scott, can I just
throw on a Saints hat?
Can I just catch a chair in the corner?
Yeah, I just want to be a fly on the wall. Mm-hmm. I want to hear how much they've changed. Or if they've changed.
I want to know this. I know there's a lot of people that flashed to you yesterday. And, I think throughout the show we should talk about some of these people that flashed. But give me someone on the top of your head. Someone that just flashed yesterday.
Jacob Rodriguez, Texas Tech linebacker. He won every one-on-one pass rush drill that he had, and he didn't use the same move twice.
Okay.
He had a spin move one time. He had up and under one time. He had like a dip, get almost to the ground and like turn your body and get to the edge rush.
Did he try a bull rush?
I don't know if he had a bull rush. I actually don't think he did. I think he had he had a push and pull, which is a variation, I guess, of a bull rush. But no, just straight, like, let me walk you back to the quarterback. But he won every rep that he had.
I saw him physically winning on one-on-one pass, running backs versus linebackers and safeties on passing plays. And he was just stoning them at the line of scrimmage, which is a little aggressive move. I mean, it's not realistic. But
right. There's going to be a lot of people there.
Yeah.
I will say this. He feels like a guy that people are going to try to pick apart athletically. He just feels like one of those guys. Like, oh, well, he might be a step slow. It's like, don't overthink it. That guy made, like, every tackle for a college football playoff team, was one of the best defenses in the country. It was a 3-3-5 defense, so it puts more on the plate of the linebacker.
Yep.
Just draft that guy.
And had more Heisman votes than Julian Sand, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just put that guy in the middle of your defense.
Just let him play linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't overthink it.
Yeah.
It could be fine. Football's finding its way back to being the sport that's played between the hashes more than it has been in a long time.
Yep.
Just don't overthink it. Just go put that guy in the middle of your defense.
Yep.
I don't even know where he's, like, on the big board. Like, I don't know any of that. I hadn't even looked it up, but he flashed me yesterday.
Yep.
Anybody for you?
Yeah, so I was trying to watch. So 3 receivers flashed to me just because I was trying to watch some of the big boy receivers just from a Saints perspective, who I think that they should try to go after. And I don't know where these guys fall on the board. I don't know if you can get them in the first round or the 6th round. I have no idea. But 3 receivers popped out to me. Notre Dame wide receiver Malachi Fields, 6'4". The guy was all over the place. The guy was open, smooth route runner, made a lot of plays yesterday. I was really impressed with him. Of course, we've talked about USC wide receiver Jacoby Lane, 6'4", 1/8. He also flashed. So him and Malachi Fields on the American team were kind of the starting Z and X on the first day of practice, whatever that means for first day. And then Texas Tech wide receiver Caleb Douglas, 6'3", 2/8. Some would call that a 1/4. He flashed as well. There's 2 receivers for Texas Tech that I thought played pretty well yesterday.
I got to be honest, I didn't know a whole lot about them coming in.
They both made plays. That first practice for the National League, there was more down-the-field plays made, more explosive passing plays that were made. So those 3, just because I was watching bigger receivers, from the Saints' perspective, I thought all 3 of those guys had good days, athletically looked the part. They certainly looked the part from a size perspective, ran good routes, made good plays when the ball was in the air.
A couple of people to point out there, certainly over yesterday's practice, going to have more of those today. The players, you can probably hear behind us, starting to get into their groups to be able to go down there and talk to all 32 NFL teams. So we'll go ahead. We will take a break. More OTB coming your way. Again, our Wednesday shows brought to you by Hood Dental, hooddentalcare.com. Go check out the location nearest you in the greater Baton Rouge area. More OTB when we come back from Mobile.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
All right, as we've been telling you over the last couple of weeks and months, it is a star that is new in downtown Baton Rouge. Now, one that has kind of been there before, and I say kind of because it doesn't look anything like it once did. Bally's of Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel got completely renovated. I mean, everything, it's basically brand new. The exterior walls are about the only thing that are the same. Every room in the hotel got an upgrade. The casino floor got an upgrade. The slots, the DraftKings Sportsbook, the bars, 5 new restaurants. You won't recognize it. Bally's of Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel.
Yeah, if you're in Baton Rouge, or maybe you're just visiting, maybe coming from out of town to go to a basketball game, a baseball series, maybe you're planning next year's your home games you want to come to for in football. Well, there's no better place to stay than Bally's of Baton Rouge, a brand new renovated hotel, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Views of the river, views of Tiger Stadium, views of downtown. Over 20,000 square feet of gaming, new restaurants, everything. If you're looking for a little night out with the fellas or the ladies, make it Bally's of Baton Rouge.
Now, back to Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, live from the 2026 Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, presented by First American Bank and Trust.
All right, and welcome back in. It is OTB here live from the Panini Senior Bowl. Always want to remind you about our friends over at Gulf Coast Office Products. GCOPnet.com is the website. They are the leader in the Gulf South. So from copiers and printers to manage IT services and workflow solutions, GCOP helps businesses run smarter and more efficient. They are locally based, quick to respond, and focus on finding the right solution for your business. It is not a one-size-fits-all approach. We tell you that all the time. They are there for you. You can find all that information. Visit their locations at gcopnet.com to learn more. Of course, that is Gulf Coast Office Products technology that works for you and your business. What you pointing at there, Matthew?
This hotspot's not working.
It's on. I got it right now.
Oh.
What are you trying to?
Low battery.
Okay, wait. I'm about to
That's
cross the
fine.
camera.
Hey, it's fine. We're about to go. Hey, we got like 2 minutes in this segment. Matthew can go without internet for 2 minutes.
No, I can't.
Yes.
I feel like it's something. Are you connected?
I'm connected.
You're probably doing something wrong.
Yeah.
No, it's
Definitely
not
you.
user error.
I just went over there and turned it on. I'm working. I got bars.
Must be
Let's hear 'em.
Must be your own hotspot.
Hey-o.
Yeah, nice.
No, I don't have my own hotspot. There's a lot of large individuals right behind us here.
They're very large.
Yeah. Can they be quiet? We're trying to do radio.
Yeah.
Trying to do the number
Quiet
7
on the set, please.
rated
Award-winning radio here.
mid-market morning sports show.
I thought whoever was number 8 was about to try to come fight us.
Oh, I thought you were about to get in a fight, too. There was somebody that was aggressively walking towards you.
Yep.
Turns out he just had the wrong table, but I thought we were about to fight.
But he aggressively had that wrong cable.
It very much.
That's so aggressive.
Why are you walking so hard, dude?
I don't know.
Relax.
Chill out,
You're not in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, you were not one of the players.
You don't have to alpha walk.
Golly, you're not going to alpha this room, bud. I promise.
Yeah.
You think
You might be as tall as Diego, but
He kind of was.
just because you're taller
Wait,
than
he
that
looked
one
so
guy.
little yesterday.
Oh, he did.
I couldn't get over how small he looked.
Yeah.
it did. But he,
The huddle did him no favors.
Yeah, I did think he had a good day, but we'll
He
get into
did have a
that.
bad day.
I'll give you my kind of rankings from the quarterbacks from both practices from yesterday. And hour number 2, of course.
Yeah, because we got like 10 seconds left.
Yeah, obviously.
All right, we'll get Matthew's internet fix. We'll get everything rolling. We've got Kim Mulkey coming up here in this hour. Stay locked in. It is OTB Live from the Senior Bowl.
Off the bench. Off the bench.
Did that man just say you're going to hit 16 teams today?
Yep, sure did.
Oh, boy.
That's good.
Hey, I mean, I guess you got limited time.
And that's 20 minutes apiece.
Man, I'm 40. I don't know that I could hit 16 teams in one day unless I went to RejuveMeMedical.com. You know why? Because there's a location in Louisiana somewhere near you, no matter where you're listening to us, and they're going to be able to help you out. They're going to help you feel like your youthful self. And if you're listening to us in Mississippi, they got a location there as well. So go to RejuveMeMedical.com today to see what they can do for you.
Yeah, if you're anywhere in Louisiana and you just don't have the energy that you used to, well, there's no more excuses. Give them a call, RejuveMeMedical.com. Give them a call and schedule that initial blood work just to kind of check to see what is happening in your body. There is a reason why. This is all medically done. They've been the leader in Louisiana for hormone replacement for over 10 years now. So give them a call. Fantastic locations, RejuveMeMedical.com.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.